We've not gotten flooded yet. It did get kind of close during Hurricane Mukuro, but we didn't flood, thank
Where'd Neo
God.
go? Carried downstream.
Wee! It's like a lazy river.
Let's get started, chat. Someone made a big fuck up and released an article.
Someone did a fucky wucky.
Jesus Christ, that storm.
Sorry.
Thunder.
You're just gonna have to deal with it.
Thunder.
I know, it's just like,
It adds to the mood.
It's raining outside this very courtroom right now. Kalagaran.
I also need to pull up a list of swearing in Spanish. Your Eminence, you have any idea why her benevolence collapsed so suddenly?
It seems she was not ready for what the deceased was to reveal. It overwhelmed her. Her inexperience and immaturity left her ill-prepared to face her father's death.
She was not prepared to be ill, though. The skill was not there.
And she said she could go through with it. How very disappointing. I know someone who's not winning Mother of the Year. Ever. I mean, of course Wright was going to be overwhelmed. She's still just a child! It seems we have no choice but to move on to witness testimony. Your Majesty?
Not so weekends. Get in here.
Oh, yeah. Let us proceed. Bailiff, summon the first witness if you would. Don't mind me, I got mashed potatoes.
Who's this? Oh, it's Dirk. I've never seen his shoes before, so I was like, huh? Oh, yep, that's Thunder.
Thunder.
There's storming where I'm at.
Is this not the accused?
And you will hear thunder. It is indeed. And that's to the
start of raining blood. That should actually sound like the start of raining blood by Slayer.
It is indeed. I thought I would give him the opportunity to plead his case.
Harry King, is that you?
For true justice is more than a unilateral presentation of the facts by the prosecution. That seems uncharacteristically fair of her. However, should the accused fail to produce convincing testimony,
I'm going to paddle him to death.
he, along with his cabal of traitorous lawyers, shall immediately be found guilty. And their heads will roll from their shoulders. Heads will roll. What? I should have known there was a catch.
Your courts, your rules. Same as it always was. I see garage.
Heads will roll. Heads will roll. Heads will roll. On the floor.
Now then, Mr. Dirk Sopbody, if you could enlighten us as to what what happened. There's a fly on my screen. Get off of there.
No.
Yeah. Well, I would if I could. I was struck by a sudden dizziness the moment I entered the tomb. The next thing I knew, I was standing there with a bloody knife in my hand. A lie right in front
How
of me
many
was
times has this happened in this series?
once, as far as I remember. A lie right in front of me was Inga, dead as a doornail. I have no recollection of what happened in the interim, but I didn't kill him. At least, I don't think I did. It would go against everything I believe in. Meep.
That didn't explain squat.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
We'd like to help you get settled in on your first night. Sorry. For the record, let it be known that the accused's fingerprints were all over the murder weapon. And since he was caught in the act, there was no chance for a third party to tamper with it.
Also, I just realized it has happened before. Didn't Maya wake up like covered in blood with the murder weapon once?
No, that was like, that was Eeny Meeny, like, impersonating her.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it certainly seems to point the finger at you, Mr. Sabmati.
Even as a lawyer, I have to agree with you there, your majesty. Ha 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 ha!
Seriously, Dirk, this is no laughing matter.
This is exactly what Garan wanted. To have Dirk try to plead his case, only to fail miserably.
How low can she go?
Pretty low, apparently.
Prosecutor, behold this most unpleasant of spectacles and let it be etched into your soul. See how instead of accepting the inevitable, those fish-brained lawyers flounder and flop themselves straight into the abyss of despair. Danganronpa.
The game we played just a few
Did
minutes
somebody
ago.
say despair?
Oh god, wait,
Oh, wait.
I gotta sneeze.
Can you get back to the Danganronpa at me? You're missing
We
the
have been,
headmaster.
actually.
You have?
Yeah.
I have not been getting them.
Well, we'll at you then to let you know. We just got to the first trial, so you haven't missed much.
I'm just probably just like, I'm sorry, your headmaster was a little sick the last few days. Had to call in a replacement, real pain in the ass.
Yes, Your Eminence, show me the way.
Anyway, someone's dead.
You'd probably do something about that.
I will never give up an excuse to use my Monokuma voice. I love doing the Monokuma voice.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it does fuck my voice sometimes.
I'm sure it does.
Case in point. Now then, would the defense please begin their cross-examination?
Apollo versus Garan.
Fight!
Hold it!
Do you recall anyone putting the knife in your hand, Dirk?
Wish I could say I did, but I don't remember a thing from before I came to. You think there might have been a third party in the tomb, son?
Yeah, because if you didn't do it, then the real killer must have been there with you.
You called, Your Eminence?
I don't
She'd go
recall
anywhere
shit.
without those goons.
Goons? The Goon Squad? I asked for thugs, not goons.
There will be no
Was,
there will be no gooning in my courtroom.
No, that's not what we're talking about, Judge.
Yes, you were. You were talking about gooning,
No!
which is of course
Not
the
that
act
type.
of being a which is of course the act of being a goon and nothing else.
Exactly.
Fasta Fazul.
Was there a third party in the tomb when you were securing it?
No, Your Eminence. We searched high and low, but found no one of the sort.
And there you have it.
Oh, right. They did search the place.
Also, I think I'm learning more now of what happened. If my theory is right that Amara is channeling Dirk, then Amara is the one who killed Inga. Because she booted out Dirk's soul for a bit, killed Inga, and then channeled Dirk back. Furthermore, my guards had the entire tomb surrounded, so there was no way for anyone to escape.
That's right. No one got in or out without our knowledge. Just 4 fucking goons here. Jesus. Someone take this goon.
Her evidence on site directives were absolutely flawless.
And her name?
Undira Kiran.
Do you see now? The presence of a third party is beyond the realm of possibility. The tomb was, for all intents and purposes, completely sealed off from the rest of the world.
What a waste of time.
How can it be any more obvious? Dirk must be the killer.
He was
That's
a
for
boy,
nothing, gallery
she was a
guy.
girl.
Our grades weren't
Back
already
then
deep
they
enough.
were obvious.
Accused.
And
What do you believe about the possible presence of a third party?
Goddamn vultures.
Well, based on the situation you presented, I say the chances are slim to none.
You didn't have to agree with her, Dirk.
Yeah, can we talk about how all the witnesses in the Phoenix Wright series are just the worst possible people to be on the stand? Like, not a single person, one of them, have been set up before to say, like, don't do this, don't do that. For the love of fucking God, do not say that.
They just do what
If you
they want.
any of the following, I will send you to hell.
Let the accused statement be added to his testimony.
And phone bill's been paid. Kill me.
Bleh.
Paying bills, being responsible, I hate it. Very well, Mr. Somebody, if you would.
It's like, the more we press, the thinner our case gets.
Well, let's keep pressing and maybe we'll work out the wrinkles in it too. Now Phoenix had acted like a mentor again. The possibility of a third party being there at the tomb is probably non-existent.
Hold it!
Oh my god, what the hell happened to this sandwich? Oh my god, this thing got fucking manhandled. What the hell happened?
Days passed since the murder. Haven't you remembered anything in that time?
My memory is a complete blank. It's as if that part of my brain has been scooped right out.
How very convenient. But even if you've no memory of the event, your guilt is without question. There is nothing more to debate.
You're forgetting one thing, Garan. I have no motive.
You led a band of insurgents that seeks to overthrow the government. I would say that alone is motive enough to slay our kingdom's minister of justice.
I declare countless times
Oh, that was him.
Yeah. I declare countless times I led a bloodless revolution. I forbid violence and murder, even so younger members may have a thirst for blood. That's not how... Revolutions are never bloodless. You kidding me?
You wouldn't really have a motive in that case.
It is.
That was an important statement. I'd like my client to add it to his testimony.
Second, sorry. Watching wrestling promos and eating. Very well then. The accused will please do as the defense has requested.
I don't have a motive for killing Igna. After all, me and my ilk seek a bloodless revolution.
Hold it!
Can you state that you didn't kill him more definitively?
How can I? I have no memory of what happened.
Well, can you at least state whether or not you are a murderer?
That I can do. I am not a murderer. I would never kill anyone, no matter the circumstances.
Objection!
Bitch. And do you have any evidence to support your claim that you did not kill the minister?
Evidence? No, can't say I do.
In that case, you will strike the statement, "I didn't kill him," from your testimony. Wait, you can't just discard testimony like that. I mean, I'm the one cross-examining the defendant and all. Hold your prattling tongue, foreign devil. I am the queen of this kingdom. And the, sorry, it took a second to load, because all it said was, "I am the queen." Cut off. And the queen is the law. As such, I need not follow the laws that are in place. I can make and break them at will.
What? What the fuck?
What the fuck is this shit?
This country is corrupt. Wait.
Country of corrupt.
My mic was muted.
But
Henceforth, the accused will refrain from stating I didn't kill him.
sure, whatever. It's the Garage show after all, same as always.
Objection!
Your Eminence, I'm afraid this trial will not go exactly as you anticipated. Because I can show how there might have been a third party in that tomb. Oh, how very fascinating. Go on. I do so love a good fairy tale. We did a luminol test at the crime scene. And we found a bloodstain that didn't match the Justice Minister's blood. I will remind you that neither Dirk nor Miss Fay were injured during the incident. The thing is, this bloodstain we found had been wiped up by someone.
What's this? But, ass booty. Who would have done such a thing?
That's the big question, isn't it? Who wiped up the blood and why? Thinking about it logically, it must be someone who wanted to conceal their presence at the scene of the crime. Oh, and whom do you suppose the bloodstain might belong? The bloodstain belongs to... I'm surprised Omara isn't the answer. And the bloodstain belongs to the real killer, of course. Whoever it was, they were probably shot while they were attacking Minister Inga. And since their blood would give them away, they had to wipe it up. I say this because we know for a fact that the Justice Minister fired his gun in the tomb. You have the memory of a flea. There was nowhere for anyone to hide. This, too, is a known fact.
Objection!
But a bloodstain from a third party means there must have been someone hiding there. Very well, then. Tell me this. Where was this third party hiding? Oh,
The crime scene was thoroughly searched after it was discovered. So there was a hiding place. It would have to be somewhere no one would dare look.
somewhere no one else would dare look.
Let's have your answer, defense. I am being attacked by this fly.
The sarcophagus. Die, you fucking fly! Psh.
There's one place no one would search. Not even the Queen's Royal Guard. And that would be... inside Queen Amara's sarcophagus. Even now, it's locked up tight. No one would find you if you hid in there. I'm told that it's temperature controlled to preserve the mummy within. But if someone dressed warmly enough, they could withstand the cold for a short time.
This is sacrilege! Surely the perpetrator of such a foul deed would be cursed!
But that's just it. The killer knew everyone would be too scared to open the sarcophagus.
True. The gods were so scared of being cursed they wouldn't even touch it. And Apollo died.
When the coast was clear, the killer made a quick escape from within their frigid confines.
Well now, that does sound like a plausible method of evading capture.
The defense requests a DNA test on the bloodstain. And then we'll see just who the real killer is.
Insolence!
Bow your head and kneel, lawyer. So your head may be parted from your shoulders. Huh? But the trial's not even over.
Huh?
Whoa! How soon you forget. You are already on the headsman's scaffold. As such, I could order your beheading at any moment. All I did was request a DNA test. There is no need to request such a test. Royal Guard, bring it forth now.
Here you are, Your Eminence.
The police have already identified the source of the bloodstain. The DNA test revealed the blood is of the traitor, Dirk Sadmati.
Well,
How do we know you're just not making shit up?
oh yeah,
What? But Dirk wasn't injured. So where did his blood come from?
maybe he coughed it up. Alright.
Dirk's illness. Fuck. Still, yeah, there was way too much for just coughing it up. Still, there was a lot of blood. Did he have really coughed up that much? I think I'm thinking this is a fucking Bobby situation where he's like, look at this evidence that I have that no one else has checked. Because this is totally real and not falsified to fit my narrative.
Yeah, I'm not
Did he
believing
wipe it
it.
up to hide his failing health?
I'm not
Because only
believing it.
she's knows, and she rules the fucking country. Of course she could just be like, haha, here's his blood. Everyone will believe me, and nothing you can do to stop me. Dirk, is it really that bad?
Is it that bad, Dirk?
Is it?
Ah,
We need to
shoot,
go
you
to the
got
hospital.
me. That really was his blood? What the? Dirk, what
Pay
the fuck?
attention, Horn Temple, for this case has already been solved. You claimed that this bloodstain would lead us to the real killer, did you not? About that. Did you or did you not make that claim of your own volition, Defense? Yes, I did.
After she steered you into that direction, that is.
If I ran into her trap.
Athena, come help us.
Do you see now, the folly in opposing the very embodiment of the law? Whatever you say or do not shall come to no avail.
God, you got some. And Neo died. And Neo died. Neo, hello?
Your stream isn't up.
What? That's weird.
Huh.
There you go.
There we go. There we go. A third party at the scene of the crime? It's beyond the realm of possibility. No!
Praise be to Queen
Praise be
Garon.
for Queen Garon.
Her eminence
Her
legal
eminence
tactics
legal
are beyond
tactics are
compare.
beyond compare.
I hate to say this, but she's really got us good.
Damn right, bitch.
The key to Omara's sarcophagus is under the protection of the royal family. My husband and I are the only ones who could open it. Therefore, it would be impossible for some knave to open it. Can I really discount the sarcophagus as a hiding place, though?
No! The fuck?
What if the real killer is still in there?
Oh.
No, that's just ridiculous. I believe we have rebels and sympathizers in the gallery today. It is to you I speak. Have you been listening? Dirk Sadmati, the one who proclaimed a bloodless revolt. Has betrayed your cause by resorting to murder.
Oh my god, there's so much
No,
fucking ancient
it
junk on
can't
this
be.
map.
Dirk would never.
There must be some kind of mistake. The Defiant Dragons and their sympathizers are starting to have doubts.
So this is why Karan allowed us to cross-examine Dirk. By establishing his guilt in Igna's murder, she effectively damaged his reputation among those who supported him. I hate fascism.
True, but now we have an even bigger problem. And now, filthy lawyers, you will honor your end of the bargain. Accept your guilty verdict for your failure to explain your client's actions.
Meep.
You.
Ah!
Huh?
Now I shall pass judgment upon the criminal, Dirk Sadmati.
What's this? You shall pass judgment? But your eminence, is that not my role?
Damn. Man, it's really suspicious that you really want this guy guilty.
Hold your tongue.
Eh?
You are but a
Yeah, yeah,
figurehead
yeah,
before
yeah.
me, the embodiment
Yeah,
of law. Consider yourself dismissed.
I could not keep doing that bit.
Go home to your husband. Be a family man.
Sonic
As
boom!
Queen of Karain, I shall now pass judgment upon the accused.
What?
Bitch!
I realized, like, what the? What happened?
Yeah.
Objection!
Huh? Snacks in the courtroom are really good.
Wait! You didn't even give me a chance to review! Know when you are defeated, lawyer. But just this once, I'm willing to show you the depths of my compassion.
Which is none.
Yeah. Tell me why I should allow these proceedings to continue. Come, convince me.
Quick, Apollo! Even you have the blood, we got to keep this trial going. Show her that the crime could have been committed by the third party.
How am I supposed to do that?
Why don't you start with... How about the timing of Igna's murder?
What?
This whole case is built on a single premise. That Igna was murdered after Dirk entered the tomb. But what if that's not true?
Like, if our assumptions are all wrong? It just might work.
What?
Well, don't keep us waiting, defense. About to say something more?
Dirk became the prime
I
suspect
see beyond the fourth wall.
because it didn't seem probable that there was a third party at the scene of the crime. But there is another question we should ask ourselves at this time. Was Minister Ingna really killed after Dirk entered the tomb? What nonsense is this? Setting aside the assumption that the murder occurred after Dirk arrived on the scene, opens up the possibility of a third party committing the crime. Question before us is, when was Minister Inga really killed? Before Dirk entered the tomb.
Exactly.
Isn't it possible that, before Dirk even set foot in the tomb, Minister Inga was already dead?
That would certainly make it the possibility of a third party more probable.
Why, of course. I felt unconscious right after I entered the tomb. If I hadn't, I wouldn't have had a clear line of sight to his body from the entrance. Which means...
You wouldn't have noticed his body either way. The scenario is entirely possible. And so we can't rule out the possibility of a third person committing the crime.
See. Well, that certainly does make sense.
So far, so good. This might actually work.
She is not impressed.
Very well. I shall play along with whatever little game you have knocking around in that tiny mind. I was starting to get quite bored of all this. I could do with a distraction. Yes! Let us hear some testimony that will shed light on when exactly the minister was slain. Bailiff, summon Rafa. Surely she has recovered by now.
Damn, Judge.
But what about me? Don't I serve a purpose anymore? I'm going through an identity crisis! Who am I? Who am I?
You
I'm
did...
feeling better, your benevolence. I'm not.
Must I perform the divination seance?
This mom kinda sucks.
What? Oh, no. We merely require your testimony this time. You can have a little bit of trauma as a treat. It's a terrible joke. That's terrible.
Birds. Poke Master's eyes out.
I got glasses on, boy. You fool! I'm immune to birds. I have glasses.
Birds, take his glasses away.
Oh, that was an awful noise.
Jesus, sounded like you were melting.
How could my testimony be of any value?
The word bat entered my head and I keep instinctively looking out my door now. Your benevolence?
Wonder what Miles Edgeworth's collection's gonna be like, Phoenix saw in his head.
Princess Rafa seems awfully depressed.
After what she's been through, summoning her again is like rubbing salt in the wound. Being unable to perform the seance was probably the last straw.
I hope she doesn't pass out again.
Prosecutor Sanmari, may I ask you something?
Of course, your benevolence.
I've been meaning to ask you this since yesterday. Did you know about Queen Amara? And about me?
From where did you hear such a thing?
From Mother. And only yesterday.
Rafa was carrying on about telling the truth to the people.
Hello?
So I told her. I told her what the truth really was.
Holy shit, it's Maleficent.
For it is
Hi,
up to
guys.
a mother to discipline her child.
How you guys doing today?
Good.
Okay.
I
Good.
see. Be that as it may, your benevolence, has no bearing upon our trial here today. So there is no need to let it trouble you.
I know.
Duran told Rafa about something other than Amara's status.
Sounds like it, but what could it be?
So, what all did I miss?
We got a guilty verdict.
Oh boy.
Rafa, the defense has proposed something preposterous. They somehow think your father was already dead when Dirk entered the tomb. But I believe you can prove them wrong. Are you prepared to do what is required of you?
Yes, I am ready to testify.
Is she gonna have to say his full name?
Say my name!
Very well then, your benevolence. Your testimony, if you please.
On the day of the murder, I was gazing upon the courtyard from my second floor veranda. Around 2:30 p.m., I saw my father heading for Omar's tomb. Then, about 2:45, I saw a barbed head and company enter the courtyard. I saw no one go in or out of the tomb after my father entered at about 2:30.
Hold on, give me a second. I need to put this dish away.
Nicholas Dickolas Cage. Okay then. Everything's here.
All right. Where are we building this town? That seems logical.
I brought my PS5 back here. I'm just thinking I'm gonna play Kingdom Hearts, not focus on DVD. I can't deal with 1 second input delays.
I'm back.
Hey,
Yeah, second floor veranda.
Is it able to yell at me if I try and put a wall here?
Oh, she
It's
must be
not.
talking
Okay,
about
good.
that house facing Inga's private residence. So that's the location from which you saw your father? And at about 2:30?
Yes, and shortly after that, you people arrived at the royal residence.
Just dropped in, see what condition my condition was in. Oh fuck. So after the minister, wait, that's not the right voice. So after the minister entered Amara's tomb around 2:30, no one went in or out of there until the murder was discovered.
I see. You found your way back in.
The tomb is closed to outsiders, so no one could have snuck in before the murder. That rules out any possibility of a third party lying in wait to slay my poor husband.
Alright.
Or
Let's get
so
you-
you'd like us to believe. Now hear me, you useless lawyer. Cease this charade and bow before me.
And you'll be like, of
I,
course!
Bingaran, shall finally have your head.
Sorry, wrestling. So I'm just like, Chad Gable winning with a gunshot wound. Better than Kurt Angle winning with a broken neck. Last week he was kayfabe murdered by brain demons. Wrestling's dumb. I love it. Forgive me, Your Eminence, but first, let us allow the defense to question the witness. What do you mean, Kazushi Sakamura and Santino Morella?
Around 2:30 p.m., I saw my father. Whoops, I forgot these were already said.
Did your father seem different or troubled in any way?
Let me think. Oh, there was one unusual thing.
There was?
Yes, a shriek emanated from within my father's quarters. That's not good. After which I witnessed him bolt outside, his countenance drained of its usual color.
He screamed and he was looking pale? What do you suppose happened?
The ghost.
They're spooky.
I know not. Perhaps he had a bad dream.
Maybe it was a nightmare about being raked over the coals by the queen.
I think that's a wet dream, actually.
It seems our young lawyer here wishes to hasten his journey to the Twilight Realm. Sorry. That was rude of me.
Admitting to killing someone on killing your opposition.
We're killing the competition.
Every fascist fucking dream. I mean, if it worked for Putin.
Does the
Got fly in your
Does the
throat.
defense believe the witness's last statement to be important? I hope you have to do a DS puzzle soon.
But
I believe it is. I would like the witness to add it to her testimony.
this is new dialogue.
My father let out a scream and came dashing out of his room, his face pale.
I'm muting that channel. I want to see that shit.
And why do you think he screamed? Was he surprised by someone who didn't belong there? Did anyone else come out?
I didn't see anyone else. Just my father.
That last statement was seriously lacking in conviction. Should I press her on this? Your benevolence! Let's have some details. The more the better.
Details, you say?
Yes, for example, are you sure you didn't see anyone in the royal residence before 2:30? Well, is that a yes or a no?
A foreign devil! I've been gazing upon the courtyard since about 2 yesterday. Yet I saw none other than my father. Oh, if only I had stopped him then.
Oh, pardon me.
I think you struck a nerve. A rather obliterated one.
Maybe I pressed a little too hard. Still, that last statement seemed a little off somehow. So you didn't see anyone except your father in the courtyard after 2 p.m., huh? Please add that to your testimony, Your Benevolence.
New dialogue.
I've been gazing about the courtyard since about 2, but father was the only one I saw.
Full of shit, you're full of crap, you're full of bullet.
Objection!
Your Benevolence? You're covering for someone, aren't you?
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry, Rafa, but you're not gonna like this.
Here's our
Well, the thing
here's our
is, I have a
certified
statement
son.
here that you might find interesting. It's from a witness who claims that at around 2 p.m., his dog got loose and ran into the palace courtyard. That's when the little fellow stole this hat from someone.
Ah! That's Nanya's! I mean,
Your business.
nothing! Never mind!
You fool of a daughter.
Jesus fuck. It seems the princess made a blunder.
So let me get this straight.
Ah yes, Garan and Blaze the Best, both hating their own children.
Yep. This is Nanya's hat, which means she had to have been in the royal residence at around 2.
What do you want to name him, Mr. Winter? Useless. Useless? That's a great name. Sure.
Useless wiener.
I really hope they name fucking Blaze Huge Wiener. That would be so fucking funny.
We're never gonna let them live that down.
If so, then you had to have seen Nanya sometime after 2 p.m. yesterday.
Oh, no!
Please, Your Benevolence, tell us what you really saw.
Ugh. It is as you say, Hornhead. I saw Nanya. And I saw that dingbat dog steal her hat from her in front of my father's residence.
I knew it! Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Or she told not to say anything.
Because
Yeah.
my mother told me not to.
Of fucking course. What? Would you care to explain, Your Eminence?
Do you want to keep your head, lawyer?
I requested she withhold said information, for it is of no relevance to this case.
Objection!
That's a doubt.
You don't get to decide!
Such instance.
If you disagree, then prove that it is relevant to the case at hand. Oh, I will. Your Benevolence, please tell us everything you witnessed when you saw Nanya.
Alright. When I saw that dingbat dog attack Nanya, I ran to help. I raced from my second floor veranda down into the courtyard.
Wait. That means that while you were coming down, you took your eyes off the courtyard.
Yes, but only for a moment.
This is crucial testimony. You took your eyes off the courtyard. It means somebody else could have entered the tomb without you ever knowing.
Ah!
Your benevolence? Are you sure no one else was there?
Oh, yes.
She's hiding something again. What about Nanya? Were you able to help her?
When I got down to the courtyard, Nanya was... She was gone.
Gone?
Yes, and I never saw her again after that.
Any idea what happened?
That dingbat dog must have gobbled her up.
You know what? Sure.
I seriously doubt that.
You don't know.
But how can Nanya simply disappear while Raphael wasn't looking? Raphael must know something. The only question is, what?
Where Nanya disappeared to.
None of your business.
Do you have any idea where Nanya disappeared to?
What do you mean?
Well, during the time you took your eyes off the courtyard, someone could have headed into the tomb. And it just so happens that Nanya disappeared right at that moment.
Behold.
No!
Wait. You think Nanya had something to do with the murder?
I don't think we can rule it out. It sounds like something had kept Nanya occupied since the early morning. Plus, she was seen right before the murder, and then seemed to vanish into thin air.
You're right. And since she's Rafa's attendant, she should come and go as she please within the palace grounds. Please, that sweet old lady.
Could Rafa's attendant really be the killer? But that would mean...
First my father, and now Nanya? These were the people I trusted most. How could this be?
Do not heed their lies. Lawyers are a foul breed, quick to claim that a third party is to blame for a crime.
Christina, get your bird and poke Garon's eyes out.
Nanya did not enter the tomb, that much is certain. How can you be so sure? When Nanya's hat was stolen, that crazed cur spilled an urn full of water upon my husband's doorstep. Is that not right, Rafa?
Yes, yes it is. While that dingbat dog was tugging on Nanya's hat, it tipped over the urn.
The bottoms of her shoes would have been soaked with water. If she had truly headed into the tomb with wet shoes, she would have left shoe prints along the way. But the only shoe prints can be found belong to my husband, Inga. Huh? Then... That's right. Nanya never did go into the tomb that day. Instead, she entered my husband's private quarters. How do you know? It's quite simple. Shoe prints were discovered in Inga's private quarters. Shoe prints that belonged to Nanya.
That's right. Edward and I did see some shoe prints in there. Book.
Now do you understand? Nanya could not possibly have gone to the tomb. And that supposed third person at the crime scene is but a figment of your imagination. Ugh.
Another glorious deduction. All hail the genius that is her eminence, Queen Garan. Bow down before her glory. Glory,
Bow
witless
down
lawyer.
before her glory, witless lawyer! Oh, the Haragran!
Could those guys fanboy any harder?
Oh no,
My
wait.
literal job, asshole.
Oh, wait until Castlevania drops. Then you'll see who fanboys harder.
Yeah, we will not exist.
Yeah.
Ding Dong will not happen for an extended period.
Ding Dong is canceled for a month. That's just it. It's just canceled for a whole month.
Ding Dong doesn't exist anymore. we sacrifice ourselves to get to the Lord of the Castle.
But is it really true? Did Nanya not go into the tomb?
Excuse me, but
Mr. Wright?
your benevolence. What time was it when that dog attacked Nanya?
I believe it was about 2:15 p.m.
I see. Apollo, if Nanya entered Igna's private quarters around 2:15, and Igna came racing out around 2:30, pale-faced and screaming, then...
Ah! I know what you're getting at. Yes, that might explain his scream.
He broke his back. My back! Ugh, my back! Finally, my fucking Dragon Age keep is saving my fucking data. Nice. Now I can be ready when Dragon Age 4 comes out.
In 10 years.
Nah. I do hope I can add a prosthetic on my character. I'm gonna call myself the One-Winged Angel. Just you wait. And the judge died. I guess he really did die.
From rabies.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, sorry, I'm watching wrestlers die.
Oh, those are dead.
Just don't join
And the
them.
wrestlers died.
Wyatt stuff is happening, okay? Excuse me, Wyatt 6. I really don't like that name. I get why it's 6 S-I-C-K as opposed to S-I-X, but it's not a great name. Anyway, would the defense please share their theory regarding Justice Minister Inga's scream?
Certainly, Your Majesty. Minister Inga screamed because
He was attacked by Nanya.
maybe he was attacked by Nanya. This would make the Justice Minister's private quarters the real scene of the crime. Does your idiocy know no bounds? The minister's body was found in the tomb.
Hello.
I ever
Or are you suggesting that the body was moved? Do I think the minister was moved from his private quarters? I think the possibility...
Fuck it, we ball.
It exists.
Considering the fact that the body was found in the tomb, I'd say there is a possibility.
Oh, the security guards are fucking dead.
What utter nonsense.
Five Nights at Freddy.
Rafa had been watching the courtyard.
Oh, that's so creepy.
Yet you would suggest that someone could have transported the body unnoticed.
Ah, fuck you! Don't appreciate the jump scare.
You have a point there. In that case, I'd say there's no way that the body was moved. After all, there was an awful lot of blood in the tomb.
I understand the scream was in reaction to Nanya's attack, but Inga died in the tomb.
We need to explain how those two realities could coincide. How are we supposed to do that?
Bunny Valentine?
Oh, maybe where he was stabbed and where he died were two completely different locations.
What do you mean?
It's just, let's look at this as simply as possible. If the minister's body wasn't moved, he might have been stabbed by Nani in his private quarters, but then died in the tomb.
Oh, sorry. Uncle Howdy's on his Sadako arc. Apparently, Wyatt's, I guess we're calling her sister Abigail, had to call a fucking VHS tape that just says "Play Me." I know. I've seen. I know where this goes. I don't like where it goes. I see. On the one hand, that seems plausible, but on the other, it seems decidedly implausible.
Prosecutor Sadmati, what is that fool babbling on about now? Is this a riddle from one of those fortune cookies Americans seem so fond of?
Perhaps, but I believe he himself does not know what he means to say. In all likelihood, it was a poor attempt to confuse us. We should simply ignore him.
Objection!
I wasn't finished yet, so hold off on the analysis, would you? The autopsy report never stated that the minister's death was instantaneous. So he could have conceivably moved from one place to another after being stabbed.
gang.
Oh my, are you?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses there. No!
Are you suggesting that he ran all the way back to the tomb with a knife sticking out his back?
The spy, TF2.
Well, yes, that's the gist of it.
In short, Mr. Inga saw Nanya with a knife, let out a scream, and then he turned his back to her to flee.
What do these crazy people do while I'm away?
Right, and that's when he was stabbed from behind. Well, your majesty, does my theory hold water?
Insolence!
How dare you bore me like this? Huh?
Huh?
You are a humorless moron, spewing an endless stream of unamusing drivel. I wasn't trying to be funny, Your Eminence. Prosecutor, enlighten this ignorant clown in lawyer's clothing.
Your Eminence?
He's indeed the entire circus.
Ha!
Apollo?
Nayuda!
You dull, slow-witted, putrid-minded lawyer. Perhaps you would be too stupid to notice you have been stabbed in the back. But a normal person would have noticed due to the excruciating pain.
Now hold on!
Allow me to teach you the meaning of pain. Ha!
I am Akuma.
Ah, please
pain.
stop!
Now Yuta has a point. Normally most people would notice a dagger in the back.
Shit, that's what.
Ow. Yeah, I doubt someone could ignore pain like this.
Still, in this case, it's the word normally that we should emphasize. Apollo, take another look at the court record.
Right. There must be something that explains this. There's a reason Inga didn't feel any pain. And the defense will submit evidence proving just that.
What the fuck is even going on anymore?
Sorry. I'm on that good spooky wrestling shit.
I think Maz is losing it.
In a good way this time. Very well, please present your evidence. I can get back to the spooky thing.
Painkiller shot.
Those are my father's painkiller shots.
The painkiller.
The defense will explain the significance of this evidence.
Hey.
Minister Inga suffered from terrible back pain, so he often injected himself with these. We're told that one shot in the back would make all his pain go away. With this, it's easy to explain what happened. Don't tell me you didn't know about these, Your Eminence. You can't mean... Minister Inga was stabbed in his back, close to where he usually injected the painkiller. Therefore, it's entirely possible that he hadn't noticed that he'd been stabbed.
What?
Just walk that shit off.
Dan, are you suggesting Justice Minister Inga really ran with a knife protruding out his fucking back?
Not unheard of.
Apollo, how about we test that theory? Pulls out knife.
I know someone that lasted a couple of hard seconds before dying from a knife wound to the head.
I am, Your Majesty.
Man.
So then, when I saw my father, he had a knife sticking out of him? I mean, with that cape of his, I couldn't see his back very well.
Yes, the knife was still there. It was just plunged in so deep you didn't notice it under the cape. Therefore, when you saw your father, he was already dead. Murdered by Nanya in his private quarters!
Pokanka!
Holy Mother Corinne! Are we dealing with the living dead here? Living dead girl.
Well, technically, he wasn't dead yet.
I
Cancel the
know it's
Rob
hard to
Zombie!
believe, but this is a possible sequence of events. And once Minister Inga arrived at the tomb, he could have removed the knife and dropped dead from blood loss.
Dumbass.
Nanya killed my father? There must be some mistake.
The defense would like to call Nanya to the stand.
We don't know where she is.
You seek to drag an innocent old woman to the stand with no proof whatsoever. Well, there's no real proof, but... What a tangled web of expedient lies you weave.
I can no longer tell fact from fiction. Who or what shall I believe in now?
I'm sorry, Rafa. All I've done is confuse you. But I have a sneaking suspicion none is involved in this case one way or another.
Just when I thought we'd blown this case wide open. Busted wide open.
I'm just gonna post this in muting because this is a really fucking good wrestling horror. Like, I can give some context to this before and you watch it. Bray Wyatt died. Was it last year or the year before?
Last year.
I think it was last year you mentioned.
And the man that's being talked to by the spooky man with the hat and the dreads and the mask is his brother, like his real life brother. I really like that they did this because this feels like they really wanted to make sure that it was clear that this whole angle is tribute, not exploitation. Also done in a really goddamn creepy way. Ooh! Ooh, I love Uncle Howdy. Wrestling's better than your favorite thing.
Nah. And Neo died.
Well, there's no turning back now. You fool of a lawyer. I know why you are so desperate to prove the accused innocent. You do? Yes, because he faces public execution if proven guilty. As shall you, under the stipulations of the Defense Culpability Act. From the moment you accepted this case, you had no choice but to fight for your lives. No, the simple fact is I've always believed that Dirk is innocent. Pah! Still you cling to your pretense? Very well, I shall offer you a bargain. If you would admit that the accused is guilty, right here, right now, I shall overlook your crime of abetting him, and you will not be subject to execution. Is this some sort of joke? Far from it. As Queen, I have the power to grant pardons, even to criminals like you. And with the wave of my hand, I can even reduce the severity of a sentence. Perhaps even for Dirk, should you be willing to cooperate.
She wasn't kidding when she said that she's the law here. But to flaunt that power in our face like that? That's just wrong. I hate fascism, Jesus!
Forget all that has transpired in our kingdom and return to your own country in peace.
Because in a couple of months I am invading that place.
Well, will you abandon your defense of the accused and accept my generous offer? If I don't take this deal, we'll be executed along with Dirk if he's found guilty. What should I do?
Continue, idiot.
Obviously.
Continue.
Nice try, Garon. It looks like you don't know what justice is made of.
You think I'm afraid of fascism, bitch? Get out of here!
We won't kowtow to threats like that, Your Eminence. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, but I can't back down now.
Why are you apologizing to me?
I don't want to drag you into this, so...
Don't worry. I'm with you, Apollo. To the bitter end if I need be. And while I can't say I'm used to it, this isn't exactly my first rodeo. I don't know what happened in the past, but it looks like everyone in this country considers lawyers to be liars. So I can understand if you don't believe me. But I still believe in you and your innocence. So all I have to do is keep believing and find the truth. That's all there is to it.
Ow.
So keep on fighting, Apollo. You hear no objections from me.
You nincompoops! You'll die if you lose this case. Why would you even entertain the notion of continuing?
I believe that Dirk is innocent. That's why. And besides, trials exist to give the truth a chance to get out into the open. You can't give up just because you're afraid of some punishment.
Even if that punishment is death? Does that not frighten you, Hornhead?
Who wouldn't be scared? I mean, just thinking about it makes me weak in the knees, to be honest. But as a lawyer, I have a duty to protect my client. I can't just abandon that.
A duty you're willing to die for? And yet, I...
Duty? It's a heavy burden, alright. Rachel looks like she's really struggling.
Your benevolence? As Crown Princess, you are destined to rule this kingdom one day. That means there will be many things that you alone must determine. Things like how to keep your people happy and what is true and what is false. And most importantly, what role you must play therein. I wonder if I am even up to the task.
Also, I just realized something about this whole tape. They're not hiding the fact that Bo Dallas is Uncle Howdy.
But it's no surprise, considering the torrent of painful truth she had to face.
Very well, then. If the defense is prepared to face the death sentence under the Defense Culpability Act, I see no reason not to continue with the proceedings. But I must admit, I see no grounds for doubling the accused's guilt.
Unless the defense has further evidence that would indicate a different suspect. Do we have anything like that? Well, lawyer, do you have any new evidence you would care to present? Or shall I have the executioner start his preparations? If she thinks I can't do this, she's got another thing coming. But first, I have some serious thinking to do. I'd say that new evidence indicating a different suspect.
Does not exist.
Such evidence does not exist. Just as I thought. I was so hoping you'd present meaningless evidence and allow me to claim your head. Glad I didn't walk head first into that one then.
So what now, Apollo?
Well, unless we can prove that Nanya killed Inga, this trial is over, and so are we.
Isn't there still a way to get the proof we need? Even without evidence? You know, a key means of obtaining testimony here in Korean.
Huh? Wait, are you actually suggesting...
It certainly won't be easy, but it's worth a try.
Your Majesty? A crucial step in uncovering the truth behind this case is yet to be taken in this trial. But I'm positive that I can back up our claim with this one step.
Oh my god, that is the fun house! What the fuck? Sorry, wrestling. I'm having a certified I'm a fucking wrestling nerd moment. You mean you'll just be able to prove that Nanya killed Justice Minister Inga? And just how do you propose to do that?
With the help of a certain someone.
You need help?
From someone?
Well, I can't imagine who it could be. But I suppose I must ask. Whose help do you need to uncover the truth? Take that! But that is...
Me?
Here in Korean, legal proceedings include the viewing of the victim's final moments. But that requires your benevolence as help. Such information is just as vital as any other piece of conclusive evidence.
Sorry, I just heard that. Just my brain immediately with those fucking... Apollo Justice needs your help to catch the murderer. To help him.
All we need is the three numbers on the
I
back
need
of
the
your credit
numbers
card.
on your dad's credit card. And the wacky 3 numbers on the back.
Does she even know his full name?
No.
Filza, or one of the...
If you're right about this, Rayfa's power should enable her to see the very moment Nana stabbed Inga.
It'll be hard to watch your father's murder. But it's the only way to uncover the truth. Your benevolence, we need you and your power.
You need me?
What do you want?
Wretched simpleton. Did you not see what ensued in the previous attempt? You would only succeed in wasting more time. Or is it your goal to make her collapse again? Princess said she was prepared earlier. Besides, it's her duty as royal priestess. I'd say it's all up to her now.
Wow, forcing
Am I
a traumatized little girl
prepared?
to do your to carry you in a trial
Prepared to
kind of
fulfill my
fucked up. Not gonna lie.
It's not like Garan wasn't doing that before.
Isn't a divination seance required at all trials anyway? If so, I imagine there'd be a problem in handing down a verdict without one.
Indeed, it would be problematic. Under Currentese law, a seance must be conducted before a verdict can be rendered.
Such insolence!
Axe!
Duh.
Must you try my patience so? If I must dispense with that vexing law, then dispense with it I shall. Huh? As ruling sovereign of Kurain, I proclaim the following.
What?
Henceforth, the divination sound shall be optional.
You get what the?
What? She has the power to do that?
She just rewrote the law with a flourish of her hand.
Mother,
Come on, Rafa!
I do not wish for the trial to end like this. It is as the defense said. I must not neglect my duty simply because I am afraid. I shall go through with it this time. I will conduct the seance once more.
Such insolence!
Rayfa, do not be fooled by his lurely guile. You are not prepared to witness your father's death. It's not like you didn't try to force her to do it before, you bitch.
But Hornhead needs my help.
Rayfa, did you not tell me earlier? Did you not tell me you were prepared? But despite your grandiose posturing, you collapsed in a most piteous fashion.
I think she fears literally Guile. She fears literally Blanca.
Even worse, you have erred in your insights of late. For has not the barbed one there overturned them more than once?
Ugh.
Stop putting her down.
You cannot be trusted to keep your word, nor can you reveal the truth through your insights. So I say to you, be gone! This sacred hall of justice has no need for such a worthless royal priestess.
Jesus fucking Christ!
You bitch!
Worthless?
Wow, how can she say that to her own daughter?
So, Mother, you think me worthless?
Objection!
Her benevolence says she can do it, doesn't she? So I don't see why you have to condemn her before she's even made the attempt. Very well, Horn Devil. If you really are so bent on having a seance, I shall give my consent. Really? However, should Rifa fail once more, you two and the accused shall all be executed on the spot. Come again?
Fun.
This is proving to be far more entertaining than I had anticipated.
You having fun there, Neo?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you having fun,
very
kiddo?
quiet. Yeah.
Well, lawyer, what say you? Will you wager your life and call on Rafa to perform a divination seance?
What the fuck?
Fucking Christ.
That's just all my health.
You gotta do it.
Save it just in case.
And then
Fuck
we
it.
died.
Yeah, fuck it.
And then we died.
I don't think you're worthless, your benevolence. Far from it, in fact. If you say you can do it, then I believe in you.
Hornhead? I do not understand. If I fail, you will be put to death.
I know you collapsed during your previous attempt.
Maybe because she had to say her father's full name.
I doubt that.
I can't even imagine how terrible it must have been for you. But despite that,
I just realized it's me and Neo versus me and Neo. What the?
you are willing to try again. I have faith in that conviction, in that courage.
Clone Saga.
My courage?
Ah, so she was doomed to fail if she didn't have the courage to perform the seance. But it looked like she got the determination Undertale to try again.
Right. And that's a bet I'm willing to take.
But it is as Mother said. I've erred in my insights as of late. Not only have I failed to reveal the truth, I've also contributed to false accusations. Knowing that, can you still say that you believe in me?
Objection!
Of course.
I wouldn't take stock in those words, your benevolence. Despite what your mother says, I don't think you made any errors at all.
Huh?
In the trials I've been a part of here in Karine, I would have never proven my client's innocence without your seances. Because even though they didn't always reflect the absolute truth, the insights they provided served as vital leads to finding the truth.
Vital leads? My seances?
So please, your benevolence, try to perform the divination seance one more time.
Objection!
Rafa, stop this madness. It is for your own good. You are ill-prepared to face your father's death. Go leave this sacred hall at once.
No, you.
No. Uno
You
reverse.
mean nuh-uh.
Oh, what did you say?
I said no, Mother! For I am the real priestess of Karain!
I have no need for you now.
Even if you do not need me, Mother. Hornhead and his Hall of Justice do! He proved that to me by risking his own life! It is because of him that I now understand. The divination seance is my sacred duty. I must fulfill it no matter the risk.
Yeah.
Your benevolence?
Mother taught me that the divination seance was a mirror reflecting naught but the truth. I began to have my doubts after Bart had disproved the insights it offered. And now, I don't even know who or what to trust anymore. Father, Mother, even Nanya. I had believed in them above all others. But I finally know now. I know in what I can trust. The royal priestess must debate each seance with the presiding lawyer and prosecutor. So that it can be interpreted properly. That is how I believe trials here in Kurain should function. Therefore, the Hall of Justice needs me. It is my power that leads trials toward the truth. That is my sacred duty, and I will never shirk from it again.
That's right there, your benevolence, is the product of what you learned in your struggle so far. The truth that you realize with your own strength.
As my sacred duty, I must ensure that it is fulfilled. I must have the courage and resolve to see it through.
Your Eminence, the royal priestess says she will conduct the divination seance. I see no grounds for you to forbid it.
Yeah, fuck you.
Unless, of course, you are worried that it might reveal something you find inconvenient.
She just claimed, alright, I had enough deadly force authorized.
Skeleton defying death blast.
Mother! I am done letting you have your way!
Garen Blast!
Garen Blast! Rafa! Seal this boo-boo bear beneath the earth. Rafa, you would actually rebel against me, your mother and queen?
Yes.
Though I am scared to see my father's death.
Do it scared.
I must face my fear. That is what Hornhead has taught me here today.
Rafa.
I am the royal priestess.
I am the royal priestess.
Rafa Padma
Wait.
Kurain,
Rafa Padma Kurain.
and I am prepared to face my father's death.
I didn't realize this was voiced.
I'd rather had your voice than that.
Okay.
Your Eminence, what the fuck? Did you spoke gibberish? Huh? It's...
I heard enough deadly force authorized.
Shit. It seems the princess is more grown up than you thought. Bitch.
Tactical nudes got authorized.
Rafa.
Well then, let's proceed with the divination seance.
Victim's final moments. This should be interesting. I wonder what Inga's memories are going to show us.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, so that we may receive.
Shut up.
And now, I bid you all farewell. Holy shit.
Alright, I heard enough. Shut up.
can't hear it, but they're actually pumping in Limp Bizkit.
No! No!
Hey, it's all about the he said, she said bullshit.
Not really.
Is that not what a trial is?
I mean, yeah, but not
And the
with.
judge is certainly having one of those days where he doesn't want to wake up.
You just one of those days where you don't want to wake up. Everybody sucks.
Oh, hello.
Grapes, incense, sour.
Whoa.
Well, yeah, it's fucking wine, not grape juice.
Why is he?
Why is he here?
Yeah, why? What the fuck are you doing?
What?
Man's voice is probably Dirk.
I'm probably gonna pull the. Hey.
Stand. And then
Except-
didn't see a single fucking thing.
Oh,
Oh, never mind. There's Dirk.
Damn it!
what the?
Oh, his face is.
Whoa.
His face is blurred.
The
Why is he running the shortstop?
Explosion, laughter. What the fuck?
What the?
Jesus.
I am confused.
Yeah, but why was his face blurred? Is my theory right?
What in the...
Today we learned that Inga had face blindness.
Yeah.
Literal face blindness.
I can't see shit.
Who the fuck are
I cannot see shit!
a faceless being? I do not know who I am talking to at any given moment of the day. Ha ha!
Makes sense.
To be fair, it was a faceless being around the size, shape, and clothing of Dirk.
It could have been someone wearing Dirk's clothes.
What the heck?
Ray of light.
Rain of spiders.
His
Going to
face.
the
It's just like that picture of the founder.
What? I think that's the last thing anyone expected to see.
Right.
Oh, Father. What was it? What was it you saw?
Oh!
Are we to understand that this is what the victim, last thing the victim saw?
We get to fight the Cave of Wonders now.
Yes, there could be no mistake. That was what my father himself witnessed.
How very strange. You don't suppose. The Holy Mother possessed the accused and slew Minister Inga for planning a coup.
The divine wrath of the Holy Mother? Talk about a sharp left turn to the Twilight Zone.
You know, there's one thing in there that caught my attention.
It really does feel like a Twilight Zone episode.
Maybe the fucking explosion? Or the laughter. That laugh. Who does it belong to and why are they laughing?
Why are they laughing? What's
Not
so funny?
funny. Didn't laugh. Who knows? I suppose it could be
What-
Dirk after he snooped my husband. Uh-huh. But that figure didn't even have a mouth. I don't think they were actually faceless. I think we're done here, lawyer. How so? You claim that Minister Inga was stabbed in his private quarters. And feeling no pain, went to the tomb where he eventually fell dead.
I don't like it's Dark Souls.
But this seance vision proves he was stabbed in the tomb and felt great pain, no less.
Did the meds wear off?
Oh, that. Therefore, as I asserted all along, it was the accused who stabbed the minister in the tomb. Ah! Everything just backfired. Big time!
Wow. Garan has the devil's own luck, doesn't she?
When you go big time.
Now then, I shall give voice to the soul of the deceased. Listen well and heed these words. At around 3 p.m., my father was waiting in the tomb to make the hostage exchange. He was drinking grape juice while gazing upon the picture of the Holy Mother.
Uh-huh.
He had been waiting vigilantly when suddenly he heard Dirk's voice. The next moment, he was stabbed in the back and collapsed. My father tried to shoot his attacker, but he missed, and the attacker let out a laugh.
I'm guessing that explosion was the gunshot.
Yeah. So what now, Mr. Wright?
It's up to you to knock holes in Wright for his interpretation of Igna's memories. In other words, we need to prove that her understanding of them could be mistaken.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
I believe in you, Apollo. Just, don't fuck up.
Most importantly, don't fuck it up. Don't act dumb.
Dribble, dribble, then fold. For sure. Right in my Priya. You really have to see it.
Behind the head now?
Your benevolence? There seems to be an inconsistency in your interpretation.
An inconsistency? Where?
Minister Inga is far too relaxed for what was supposedly about to take place.
Well, that was easy.
When he heard the voice you claim is Dirk's, he didn't seem the least bit alarmed. He just kept looking at the picture of the founder.
Ah!
That's strange, right? He was waiting for Dirk to arrive with the founder's orb. But when he heard that voice, he didn't even turn to look. Don't you think he would have been worried about being attacked from behind?
Oh! Then whose voice was it?
It's his own. It was likely someone whose presence wouldn't have alarmed him. Or it's just him talking to himself. Someone like a friend.
Although that's a trap.
But there was no third party at the scene of the crime. Therefore, the voice can only have belonged to Dirk. The voice of a third party who wasn't there in the tomb.
Apollo, don't we have something that could reveal the owner of the mysterious voice?
You know, I think we do. Something that Inga had while he was waiting for Dirk. With it, we just might be able to figure out whose voice it was. Oh, it was hours. I believe we can identify the male voice Minister Inga heard with this, because they were
On their
on.
yeah, on their phone.
Yeah.
That's my father's.
Oh, so this happened like way before.
Yeah. Jesus.
Huh?
I know this must be hard.
No, I know this must be hard for you, but could you please take a look at this photo?
Apollo, what the?
There's something here that can point us toward the identity of the voice. This happened earlier today, because I kept slipping into Pearl's voice with voicing Phoenix. Here's the real source of the man's voice.
Cell phone?
A cellular device.
Right. I believe that the voice the minister heard was someone calling this cell phone. So who was he calling? Probably us, but...
And then Mass died.
I see. Well, that certainly makes sense. What the hell did you say?
Nothing.
What is your evidence's view on the matter?
I concede the possibility.
And it seems I must refine my vision. It appears that the voice belonged to one of my father's subordinates.
Why do you suppose he was talking to one of them?
My father had members of the secret police positioned throughout the palace. They were supposed to contact him as soon as they saw Dirk and the rest of you.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Your benevolence. I believe you have an insight to revise.
I know, Barbed Head. Don't presume to tell me how to do my duty. Yeah. My father then took a call from a subordinate at the palace.
So the voice was coming from the phone. That's good to know. There might have been other sounds coming from the phone. Sounds that could be clues. Let's take another look at Rayfield's insights and really focus on the various sensations.
Okay, I think I'm getting the hang of this now.
Grape flavor.
What?
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 What? Stone Cold?
Lion's roar? Dog's bark? What the fuck? That wasn't in there before. What do you mean? Why was there a fucking lion's roar? Oh, that's the warbad. That's the warbad.
Eh.
And then the dog bark is from Shadow.
He encountered a fucking lion, bro. That's insane.
It's the warbad.
Objection! Still a terrible name for a bird.
Yeah. It's just
More bad,
really
more
on the
bad.
nose. I had to break it to your benevolence, but you misinterpreted something again.
Well, what do you mean? Again?
Smooth move, Apollo. I think you just hurt her feelings.
But
She may put on a
Making
brave...
girls cry?
Not cool, Apollo.
bullying a girl, not cool, pa.
She may put on a brave face, but she
Oh.
feels more than she lets on.
Dalmatians!
Let me rephrase that, your benevolence. Your interpretation of your father's phone call to a subordinate at the palace is inconsistent with his final memory.
What do you mean by that?
A lion's roar can be heard over the phone. Don't you find that strange? You claim the call was with someone at the palace. But let me ask you, do you keep lions there?
No, the only animals at the palace are little birdies and my pet frog.
Aw.
You have a pet frog? Oh.
The frog.
Wait, that giant one in front of the minister's house is her pet?
It's the frog flushed away.
Froggy! A froggy is a small beastie with 4 legs.
Besides, there aren't any lions in Karain. We don't even have any zoos. A rather sad state of affairs, I'm afraid.
Maybe you had a zoo. You could put.
Well,
some
I
more
remember
beds in
hearing
there.
it sound like that. The lines roar coming from the phone is actually from something hanging out in the bazaar. Isn't that the cry of the war bat over in the bazaar?
Ah!
Your benevolence? Do you think you can clarify the voice for me?
Very well. I will now attempt to further refine my vision.
More bad.
What's this?
Just as I suspected, it was the call of a war bat. That means the subordinate Mr. Inga was talking to was in the bazaar, not the palace.
But why is it important where the call came from? What significance could it have?
She's right. It is important to know where the call was made from. I mean, I assume so.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
an entirely different person.
Is you?
It's actually very important. Knowing that the person on the other end was at the bazaar means that the loud explosion might not have been the sound of a gunshot. Oh, it might have been from the phone.
But
He has gunshots as his ringtone.
I can think of no other item that makes such a noise in the area.
Go ahead, Apollo. Tell her. Tell Rape the real source of that sound.
Will do.
Oh, wait, I think I know what it was.
I don't remember what it was.
It would probably...
Well, Hornhead, I'm waiting.
It would probably one of Datz's fucking popping things.
Oh, yeah, his fucking smoke bomb shit. His flashbang.
Dang, that perk is really becoming overused.
What is that?
It's I'll be your guide statement. In it, he claims that Dat's a rebel threw a firecracker at him while he was at the bazaar.
Then,
Yes, the sound heard over the phone was a firecracker exploding.
ah!
And yet, a bullet was found at the scene of the crime. A bullet fired from Mr. Inga's gun. How do you explain that? Well, we don't know whether it was fired during the course of the crime, right? Or do you have evidence that proves when the pistol was discharged? No, I have none.
Wait a second. If that loud bang was a firecracker, then could that laugh at the end have been... No! It can't be!
Oh, it can. And it is. The laugh came from none other than...
Fucking dads.
fucking dads. Joker got a kick out of startling Albie with his dragon snot snaps. That happy-go-lucky Dat's a rebel.
What?
Someone should really put a leash on that guy. You know, for a rebel, you get captured a lot. You're a terrible rebel. Well, actually, you know what? That just makes the whole entire Rebels in Star Wars terrible rebels. Never mind. Be like Han Solo. If it doesn't work, try it anyway. Shoot a fascist in the face.
I shudder to think how one man can be the cause of so much trouble.
Well,
Hey there, AJPW. Y'all can thank me later. Bailiff, get him out of here.
Bailiff,
Dante from Haiti?
what?
I saw. Anyway,
Turn him into a bobblehead.
Dante, my brain. It's 11:30. It's a hot fucking day. No one asked for your commentary, Mr. A Rebel. Shouldn't you be arrested for being a rebel? Bailiff. Not so meek and put the boots to him.
Boots in the bird.
Your benevolence, do you need to revise your insight?
This one good artwork. Holy shit.
It would appear so.
You should revive your fucking tier list, Neo, after this.
which one? There are 3.
Your case one.
Neo, Jesus Christ.
What? There's one for characters, there's one for cases, and there's one for breakdowns. That's those are my tier lists.
Fuck it, all of them.
Neo!
What? What?
Say the line, Neo.
My father then took a call from a subordinate at the bazaar. The true source of that loud bang was the firecracker Dats threw. And that final lap belonged to none other than Dats himself.
3 fucking tier.
What?
That changes everything.
What? Got
They're
a problem?
gonna get back. That's like a bobblehead after this is all done.
You are all nerds!
I know, but
Takes
so are
one-
you.
Takes one to know one.
Exactly.
Shut up, I was not just freaking out for a good 20 minutes over a wrestling promo. You can't prove anything, it's not on tape. Wait.
You realize this is being recorded, right?
That's the joke.
We fucking got you.
Let's go over the details of Rafa's insights again.
I got this on camera.
Need to go in my cringe compilation.
On 4K. The film.
Okay.
I love that video so much.
I know, it's so good. What are you doing, Mr. Bums? I love you, Mr. Bums.
You done? Is that you done? Because
I think I've got this down now. Time to find another inconsistency.
I don't feel so good.
And the content aware skill one fucking kills me.
don't go to the mausoleum at 3 p.m.
Your benevolence, there's a glaring problem with this insight.
There is?
You stated that the murder happened at around 3 p.m., which is right around the time my client arrived on the scene. However, now that we know that the source of the loud bang is... your insight conflicts with a certain piece of evidence.
I suppose I have to ask the obvious here.
Take that!
I'll be your God's statement again.
Yes, because to summarize what he said, at around 2 p.m., Shadow was surprised by a firecracker and ran into the palace courtyard.
Around 2 p.m.
I'm pretty sure it's 2 p.m., guys. Under the table? Under the table. Under the table?
That's right, 2 p.m.
Under the table?
I swear to God, if you keep talking about under the table, I'm gonna put you under the ground!
Under the floorboards, under the floorboards, under the floorboards.
Ah!
Not 3 p.m.
Oh my God, it sounded like a fucking elephant.
The table.
Are you suggesting? I think you know where I'm going with this. Datz's laugh and the cry of the warband and the bang of the firecracker were all heard right before Mr. Inga's death. Thanks to Alby's statement, you can put a definitive timestamp on all of these sounds. Therefore, what this vision shows is that it's extremely likely that the deceased's final moments were at 2 rather than 3, as we had originally thought.
Dare I ask?
It means the murder took place a full hour before Dirk entered the tomb.
Then who is that?
Yeah, then who the fuck was that?
Volkanka!
Ugh! How can this be? Are you saying that I, the very personification of the law, have been mistaken?
Yes.
Bye, Nails. Heh. Now you see why justice will always prevail.
Based.
It's literally my last name.
Not you that's just there like, what am I doing here?
I don't want to be here anymore.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Hold on. What's
Get
going
me
on?
out.
Annie, you just farted right in my face. Thank you.
Peace! Peace, I say! Now then, defense. I must remind you that you figure the accusers clearly showed in the vision. How do you explain that?
I wouldn't say it was clearly shown. After all, the figure didn't actually have a face.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Without a face, we can't be certain of who it is.
Furthermore, need I remind you that if the vision is from 2 p.m., Dirk was still with me and Mr. Wright. Which means this faceless figure couldn't possibly be him.
Is this the Phantom?
The Phantom's back again. The Phantom 2!
Shit!
So then, what do we make of this 1 hour difference?
I'll pay for this.
Yeah.
Wait, 2 o'clock? That's when... My mother was performing the rite of channeling.
You done fucked up!
The palace guards had all been reassigned to the guards channeling chamber for the rite. Don't tell me.
Royal residence. It would have been virtually unguarded.
Which means the real killer could have easily slipped unseen into Omar's tomb.
Defense, are you saying... that this is someone disguised as the accused?
That's exactly what I believe, Your Majesty.
Preposterous! Disguises cannot deceive the memories of the dead. That the face did not appear this time is mere happenstance. Had it appeared, such subterfuge would have been as clear as day.
He's got a point there. Anyone who knows about the divination seance would have tried to hide their face. Nevertheless, our killer openly appeared before Inga. Question is, why? So they could frame him, obviously.
Apollo. Maybe the killer could afford to be so bold. Because they knew their face wouldn't show up in the seance vision.
Huh? What?
Ooh, that was a loud ass thunder. It's possible that the killer dared to dress in. It's possible.
Now! Wow, wow!
Wow, wow! Dun, dun.
It's
I'm
possible.
about and now all around.
It's possible
That
that the,
degraded very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it always is.
it's possible that the killer dared to dress in Dirk's clothes and stand square in front of Igna.
Precisely because they knew they could get away with it. But how could anyone be so sure of something like that?
A long time ago, I heard of a cognitive disorder
Huh?
that impairs a person's ability to distinguish between different faces. What if Igna had it?
Then are you saying that this is literally how Inga saw the world?
Yes. We can't normally see through the eyes of others, but in this case we can. Oh, wait a minute! I
What?
just realized something. Where's that fucking, Igna's notepad? That's how he distinguished people.
Oh, you're right!
Oh.
Because he says nothing about, like, their faces. It's just, like, what they're wearing.
Oh, their hair.
Yeah. Jeez.
Damn. I
Yeah.
kind of feel bad for the guy for having to deal with that.
If only he wasn't an asshole.
Exactly. Yes, we can normally see through the eyes of others, but in this case we can. And if he had that disorder, I imagine this is how faces appear to him in life.
Prosopagnosia. That's what it's called.
Uh, me figuring out something tickles the part of my brain a little bit. And Neo died.
No. Okay, let's say that the killer knew that Inga had such a disorder. He could definitely use it to pin the crime on Dirk.
You do see,
But-
you do still see faces, but they just all look the same to you.
If you're wondering about how to prove that Igna had it, you already have what you need.
I mean, I'm already terrible with names to faces.
I'm better with identifying faces than names.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm better
I'm
with
better at names
faces
than-
than names.
I'm better at names and faces.
Oh. Really?
Well, defense. Got anything to show this court?
Yes, I believe so. Frankly, I have no idea what Mr. Wright means, but I'll look the evidence over again.
I just talked about it.
A notepad.
Yes, it was found in Minister Inga's room. And it holds the answer we're looking for. As you can see, it's filled with detailed notes on various individuals. What kind of clothes they wear, hairstyles, and other discerning physical characteristics.
And this is connected to the faceless nature of the killer. How?
The vision we saw was exactly what Minister Inga saw with his own eyes. It is he who saw his killer as a person without a face. In fact, this is how he normally saw everyone around him.
What's this?
I believe Minister Inga had a disorder that prevented him from recognizing faces. It would explain the faceless being, and why he needed a notepad full of people's physical characteristics.
Now that I think about it, my father was always terrible at remembering people. By simply changing my hairstyle, he would fail to even recognize me.
Your Eminence? You knew that your husband had such a disorder, didn't you? He never wished for it to become public knowledge. But I suppose there is no use in keeping quiet about it now. It is as you say. My late husband had a special disorder that hindered his ability to recognize faces. The medical term for it is prosopagnosia. So Mr. Wright was right.
The memories of those afflicted with such disorders in life do appear strange at times. There is precedent for this.
So the killer likely knew about the disorder and used it to their advantage.
Right, so there's someone who is both knowledgeable about the divination seance and aware of Inga's affliction. Your Eminence? Who knew about your husband's condition? a small number of servants who attended to his needs. And me. Surely you are not about to insinuate that I committed this crime. Oh, no, Your Eminence. Still, could you have done it?
Garana has an alibi, remember?
Fuck. Oh, right. She was conducting the rite of channeling at 2 p.m. In that case... Your Eminence, does Nadia know about Mr. Inga's disorder? Of course she does. She is our head servant. So as head servant, she knew about Minister Inga's condition. And as the princess's personal attendant, she is familiar with the divination seance. If these two facts together don't make her a possible suspect, I don't know what would.
Objection!
You witless lawyer. How quickly you are to forget the facts. Facts like... when Inga was last seen alive. You claim he was slain at 2, yet that is impossible. For Rayful saw him at 2:30.
We did completely forget about that!
No, there must be some mistake. So you see, the murder could have only happened at 3 p.m. The hour Dirk entered the tomb. There was no other answer to this puzzle. Ugh! Why don't we ever get to make up answers like Iran makes up laws?
Gets us back to square one.
Where did we go wrong? Where did I go wrong? I lost a friend. Doing the lion and madness. I would have stayed up with you all night had I known how to save a life. Anyway. Sorry.
I don't think we're the problem. We just seem to be short one piece of the puzzle. Our deductions so far explain everything to a T. Everything except for Igna's sighting at 2:30.
I see. Without that final puzzle piece, all of our deductions fall apart.
Apollo, if Igna's sighting is the only anomaly, we'll just have to find a way to make it fit into the bigger picture.
Time to think outside the box then, right? Let's see. It would be impossible to see Inga walking around after he'd been killed. What if there was a way to make people think he was alive even though he was dead?
Spirit channeling.
Yep.
Like a way to make people witness the living dead?
Sounds like some kind of TV show. Things like that don't happen in real life.
Shut the fuck up.
Ah! Ah!
Apollo, did you just...
I did! I figured it out. I know how to make people witness the living dead. Your Majesty, our deductions weren't wrong after all. Despite Minister Inga being murdered at 2 p.m., he was seen heading to the tomb at 2:30, and I'll tell you how.
He is so sick of this.
Ugh.
He is retiring after this trial.
Apollo? Oh, Judge.
I certainly hope you will. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Neo. Neo, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
It was the deceased being channeled. That's the only way a man who was already dead could have been seen by her benevolence.
Someone's eating fries.
Wrong. Popcorn.
Well,
Even then, that's technically wrong. Channeled, you say?
That's right. There's only two people capable of spirit channeling here in Karain. Her Eminence Queen Garan and Maya Fey. It's possible that one of them was channeling the minister. It would seem that you are ever bent on making me party to this crime. Prosecutor, what was I doing at 2:30 p.m., the time at which my husband was seen?
Eminence, I believe you had completed the channeling, right? And were having tea with the king of the neighboring realm. There would have been many attendants there, too.
Now Yuta has to keep up with her schedule, too? What doesn't she make him do?
Then that leaves only Maya. God fucking damn it, Maya.
Is Maya finally snapped?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, it does. Maybe someone was forcing her to use her power toward nefarious ends. The real killer could have been threatening her.
That cannot be!
So then, Igna's scream. That's probably from when he woke up from being called back to this world. After all, that's when the flow of time would have picked back up for him after he died.
So Minister Inga probably leapt to his feet, thinking he just had a nightmare. Then, realizing it was almost time for the hostage exchange, he raced off to Amar's tomb, not even realizing he was already dead.
That's crazy.
Not even realizing he was wearing fucking Maya's clothes.
No, but he was wearing his own clothes.
Man. Benevolence really did see a dead man running.
Ah!
I know someone that did that. Dahlia Hawthorne.
Yep.
The woman in the blood hair.
Using the sacred power, spirit channeling to commit a crime. How could this be? Again!
The defense calls Miss Maya Fey to the stand.
Stop singing the end of Trials and Tribulations.
Of course you knew it.
You're talking to a Ace Attorney fan of 10 plus years. Of course I knew it.
Okay.
Damn, called the fuck out.
Thank you.
You didn't need to kill him.
They were found dead.
In the backyard,
A body has been discovered!
floating down the canal.
You did not survive the fall and end up with a fucking fever.
I got hit by a car.
I'm just thinking of.
Well, Your Eminence, will you allow a new witness? Oh, God.
It matters not. Either way, this lawyer shall soon know the truth. He will know just how much of an imbecile he is in the face of my infallible arguments.
Sure.
Insult me all you want, witch, but you'll be eating those words when I expose the truth.
Yeah, bitch. I mean witch. Bitch witch. Aha.
Hee hee.
Really Wonka.
Very well, let us adjourn until the next witness is ready.
To be continued.
I was listening to fucking Doomstar. I thought you were breaking into that one song from Doomstar Records.